Hello YouTube, welcome to Bub's World. I'm your host Bub, and today we're going to get into some trades, we're going to get into some comics, we're going to get into some old books, and some books that I picked up from MyComicShop.com auctions. So check the link below. All right, so let's see how I did.
You're watching Bub's Comics, Bub.
All right, so I love these auctions. It's always nerve-wracking. So I go in there, they happen once a week, and I'm always like tagging every book that I think is going to be good. I mean, I like anything that I'm even remotely interested in. If I think it's a good price for me, for what I would be happy to pay for it, then I put that in as a bid. Now, I do that probably middle of the week, the first week that the books are announced. And the auctions go for about a week, so then I'm waiting for that last week to finish up. And so when that last week comes in, I'm always like sweating. Like for the last day, I'm like sweating because I'm usually winning like 30 books or something like that. And I'm like, because most people wait to the last minute to put in their bids. And although I'm a proponent of that, if you're hunting for a book, you should be there at the end to make sure that you get the book. But I always put out early bids anyway, because sometimes I forget about the auction, and I'm like, oh no, I get into something, life's going on, I'm working, who knows, whatever happens, and I forget to place a bid, and a book sells for less than I would have paid for it. So and that's no guarantee that somebody wouldn't have upped me over my bid and I still wouldn't have got it. There's no guarantee of that. But at the same time, I have that feeling that I'm like, oh man, I could have got that book and I didn't. So I always place the bids fairly early. So, and then the ones I care more about after I'm losing the bids, then I'll up them up and narrow down to about, 5 books that I really want, that I'm willing to fight for. And so that's what happened this time. So let's make me small and get to the haul. Yep, there it is. Yo! All right, that was a quick one. So first off, this was a book I just threw in there because it happened to be for sale. This was not from the auction, but this is Liberty Meadows book 3. This is a trade image. This is first print. So for the third one had a variant cover for the second print, and I really didn't want that. I wanted the original first print cover. I like that. I think that's just gorgeous. Frank Cho doing what Frank Cho does. I mean, I don't know how to impress upon you how much I enjoy stuff like this. Plus, it's nice to see a character with dark hair. A lot of times I think it's kind of a laziness on the part of comic artists, but they always tend to draw girls with red hair or blonde hair. It's like that's their favorite color hair to draw, it seems. And that's all good and fine, but there's so many of them, like you can't even tell them apart. So it's nice to get some dark-haired female characters drawn, and Frank Cho pulling out all the stops on this one. That is about as perfect as it gets. I think he really knows what he's doing. So very awesome. Thanks, Frank Cho, for this. And that's going right into the reading pile. So this is volume 3, or number 3 of 4. I already have 1. I have 3, a first print of 1. First print of 3, and I have a second print of 4, but I had the same cover as the first print, so I'm okay with that. These are just for reading. So book number 2, I need that one. So that's the one I'm missing. So, but this is the hardest one to get for whatever reason. I don't know if it's a lower print run on the first print or not, or people just kept it because of the awesome cover, but this one's hard to get. So glad to have that. All right, now we're going all the way back to the golden age, and we're going to start off with a big little book. So here is Tarzan the Untamed. Check that out. I'm leaving it in the wrapper because the cover is literally hanging on by, so the interior, this is a regularly bound book, so the interior has a very, very small, like, it's just like string, so it's literally hanging on by a thread. This cover's hanging on by a thread, so I didn't want to take it out, but it's from 1941. Pretty cool. And it will at some point probably get taken out. I don't know if I'm going to really try and repair it. I'm not sure. I didn't know the cover was going to be that detached. But that's okay. I got a great deal on it, and I didn't have a Tarzan in the collection from the 40s. So a little bit of an Edgar Rice Burroughs haul here. You'll see why in a minute, but there's a nice little doodad to add to the collection. This one is just blowing my mind that I got this. So keeping with the Edgar Rice Burroughs, this is The Cave Girl by Edgar Rice Burroughs, a first print, and this book is from 1925. The Cave Girl by Edgar Rice Burroughs from 1925. Won't I look dandy when I'm laying on the beach someday reading this book, getting sand all up in it, from 1925. It's in excellent condition for a book of its age. Binding is still in, all pages are attached, everything is in good shape. It's absolutely amazing. Cover art here, check it out. The Cave Girl by Edgar Rice Burroughs, and I will be reading this. It's just too cool. It says author of the Tarzan books and the Mars books. So in case you didn't know who Edgar Rice Burroughs is, you better recognize, now you know. So pretty cool, digging that. I mean, I just don't know how else to explain to you how exciting it is to get stuff like that for me. I'm digging it. So there you go. So I'm actually going to read that. Can't wait to read it. I'm sure it'll be difficult to read. From 1925 to English, maybe a little, maybe struggling by it. You know, I took Shakespeare in college, and it was a breeze. So I mean, I should be able to read some of this stuff. I think I can do it. All right, next up we have Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. This is our early Sheena number 10. So I'd say this is from the early 40s if I had to guess. But good stuff. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, number 10. So now remember, Sheena is the first female heroine to have her own title, to have her own book with her title on it. So she's the first. So this is number 10 of that original run of Sheena. So pretty cool to have what I consider to be a little bit of a historic run, especially the early issues before other characters started coming out in likeness. So there you go. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. Battling a cat. Got the dude back there and a dude in a cat suit. That's not right. He's gonna look, he's got a net. He's gonna try and get Sheena. I bet he doesn't make it. Look at the terrible miscut on this book. There's chipping. It's all cockeyed. It's not trimmed. It's just a horrible miscut of a book. Plenty of room in old Bub's collection for stuff like that. I promise you that. All right. Last but not least, we have this book is so awesome. I can't contain myself, and it's a very odd size, so I'll need y'all's help with this. But here is Magic Comics number 19. I'm pretty sure this is from like 1941. So Magic Comics 19. It's in this kind of funky mylar, which I don't care for. It's like that 1 mil, real crispy mylar. Not a fan of that. But the book is so large, it's wider than a regular Golden Age book. And I know it has a little bit of spine stress here, a little spine roll, but it's really a wide book. It's bigger than a regular, it's almost magazine width. It's pretty close. So we're gonna have to figure out what to do with that. So Mandrake, Secret Agent X9-Henry, Magic Comics, 10 center, Magic Comics number 19. Isn't that cool? From the US print office. Awesome robot cover. I mean, come on, folks. It doesn't get much cooler than that. So we're digging it. Look at that. Oh man, I love this cover. All the ketchup and mustard you could ask for. Cool radio head knobs and everything. It's just so cool. All right, well, that's it. That's the haul, y'all. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I enjoyed that. We're still collecting here in Bub's World, picking up that Golden Age, picking up modern variants, picking up any keys, and just stuff we like. Good girl art especially. This is what we do. If you like it, come back for more. Subscribe, tell your friends, tell everybody how cool Bub is. And if you don't think I'm cool, leave me a thumbs down, but be sure to press the button twice so it turns into a thumbs. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you've heard that one. All right, everybody. Well, we'll catch you next time in Bub's World. Remember to read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.
Now subscribe, you egg-sucking pieces of gutter trash. Now.